I want to get back to the A.J. Brown thing because, John, yesterday, we started the show talking about it, and then, we played some audio and things got off track, and we started talking Phillies for the rest of the show. But this A.J. Brown thing really feels like it's kind of coming to a head here, John. We played the audio yesterday, and we'll play it at some point throughout the show of Dianna Russini saying that, A.J. Brown's agent has been around looking for potential trades. We've got some interesting audio today, though, from Howie and Peter Schrager and others kind of pouring some cold water on the potential they're going to trade him. It feels like there's a lot of action for it. So I want to, in general, discuss the A.J. Brown thing from two perspectives because I think there's two angles on this. One, obviously, do you think A.J. Brown's going to get traded? I was shocked yesterday when we did a poll that said, do you think A.J. will be an Eagle next season? And 48% of respondents said they think he will be an Eagle next season. And then do you want A.J. here? After the effort stuff, after the way that he has, had a role in kind of, hurting these seasons with his actions off the field and all that, where do you stand on the A.J. Brown thing, top to bottom, John? Do you want – because I do feel like you have – like it's been you want the player here. It's just where are you at with the A.J. Brown thing?
I think I am officially, now that we've got this new information about the agent parading at the combine, essentially looking for work, this feels like we are so far past the point of no return. This feels like I came into this offseason thinking – we are so much better a team with AJ on it. And now this feels like it's become such a disruption. If it ends up becoming his agent fails at the job at hand, which is finding him a job elsewhere, very clearly, the Eagles said, all right, we are no longer going to be, actively taking part in this. We are not shopping this player. That is your job, AJ's agent, AJ's group. You shop him. You come back to us with the teams that are interested. You facilitate this deal, and we'll see what we can do. That's what it feels. That's where it feels like we are. And at this point, I think we are too far past the point of saying, oh yeah, sure, come on back. It's all cool now. We're all buddy here. Too much has transpired, and it has gone too far down this path. And I no longer I don't know how anyone can realistically trust AJ to keep this civil. I don't know that he's capable of keeping this civil any longer. He gets emotional with a lot of these things, and it's not worth the risk in my estimation. I think now that every team in the NFL knows that he's looking for work elsewhere, you're going to have some teams coming out of the woodwork, and we know the AFC East it's probably going to be a bidding war in the AFC East for his services, and who knows about elsewhere. There could be a bottom of the barrel team who wants to get rich quick, essentially with talent.
Like the
and
Raiders, they get Mendoza and they want a quarterback with it, something like that.
Absolutely, you never know. All it takes is one. And I do think AJ is out of here. I do think he's glad to be gone for a lot of reasons, but we'll probably never know 3/4 of them, which drives me nuts. And it's in the grand scheme of things, when it's all said and done, when I look back, I have to say AJ as an Eagle was a smashing success despite the endless sleepless nights and frustration he caused all of us. This man was part of the missing link. This man, in my mind, was Terrell Owens, 2.0. One of those missing links that we needed to get us over the top. And so I feel forever indebted and grateful to AJ despite I'm perplexed at how complex he has been throughout. I am overwhelmed by just it seems like he seems to be impossible to
Wrangle.
get along with. Even as a fan from afar, I don't know what makes this guy really tick. I know he wants the ball. I know he doesn't want to be considered a diva. I know that his teammates love him and consider him a leader, and he had a C patch on his chest. Yet, I think some of those teammates started walking the other way last year. I think last year went too far for everyone's taste, including teammates in that locker room. I don't know how it couldn't have been too much for some of those guys. So this is just a massive week for the move. And that move is A.J. Brown wants to be gone, and his agent is now finding the place where he will go. They have to be very aware, though, Howie and the Eagles organization, they're not going to say, okay, see you later, you get to go wherever you want, without an unbelievable return from whatever this team is where AJ wants
that's what makes it fascinating.
To head on out. It's going to be, what does Howie expect to get for AJ Brown? I think that's a first-round pick. I hope that's a first-round pick. I hope he holds out for that, because I do think that's gettable, even though in these cases, most of the time, the team trading the big-time player is disappointed in the return that they get.
Totally.
It's third-round pick. Are you kidding me? Could have been a first-rounder if we would have traded him last year. Things like that are always said. Let's see if Howie can time this up right. Let's see if AJ's agent can help Howie time this up right. It really is a weird point in time now, because the two adversaries, butting head groups, are going to have to collaborate and cooperate to get the best deal possible.
215-592-9494. It is a fascinating situation, because I do agree with Richie. I don't think that Howie Roseman will just give him away. And we don't know what the market is. We're hoping at first, a second, we assume that's out there. If it's a fourth-round pick, I do think there's a situation where they don't trade A.J. Brown if it's
I don't
if it's
think
not
you can do that.
But at the same time, they have to weigh, can they function with him here?
Right. Can you play effectively? Can your team do anything if he's in that locker room?
Exactly. So it really is because we know Howie Roseman. I really do not think Howie will just give him away. I think he will find and extract as much value as possible, but that's the part we don't know. We don't know if Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, all those guys in that building think that it can work. I think AJ doesn't want it to work. I think AJ wants to be gone. Yeah. The question is, if they can't get back what they want for him, do they believe that they can keep him here and make it work? 215-592-9494. So, two layers to this. Do you want AJ here in the first place? Because I do think that even despite the frustrations and all that, there are a lot of people who, to John's point at the beginning, look at AJ and say, wow, what a player he's been here. He's still got good years left. Why would we lose that? But there is also the other side of it and the frustrations that he's caused, whether he wants to be here or not. And then do you think he's gone? It's starting to feel like a foregone conclusion, but to what we just discussed, I don't think Howie will just give him away for a fourth-round pick. There are a lot of factors to this that make it fascinating, including some the June 1st issue of it all, which we'll get into. Peter Schrager, saying something interesting about that. So there's a lot to get into with this.